Lakes are unique water bodies. They are water bodies that are surrounded on all sides by land. Sometimes lakes are so large, or these water bodies are so large and surrounded by land on all sides that even though they are technically lakes, we can call them seas. But seas, we also know, generally meet an ocean. Therefore, these huge lakes like the Aral Sea, the Black Sea, the Caspian Sea, they are known as inland seas. Now, some important lakes are Lake Baikal. Lake Baikal is located in the northern parts of Europe. It is located in South Siberia and it is the oldest and the deepest lake in the world. Can you imagine that the depth is a staggering 1,700 meters and it contains 20% of the world's total unfrozen freshwater reserve. By that, what do we mean? That fresh water is also found in the form of ice or chunks of ice. In Antarctica, we can say that those are fresh water, but they are in a frozen state. And this is a huge reserve of fresh water, but it is in the form of an unfrozen lake. So it's in a liquid state and can be readily used. Next we come to the most famous Great Lakes of the United States of America, and some of them share their border with Canada. So the 5 Great Lakes of the USA are Lake Superior, Lake Huron, Lake Michigan, Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. They are also freshwater reserves of the earth, and since the lakes are big and they provide very good atmosphere around them, beautiful weather and climate, therefore they are home to around 34 million people in the United States and Canada. They not only have a good weather, they not only provide good weather, but the scenic beauty is also a force of attraction that draws people to live in these areas, and fishing is also carried out here. Some lakes are also very important from the perspective of trade and commerce because there are waterways that connect these lakes to the ocean and liners can pass through these lakes to the ocean. As you can see that the sizes are given here. Lake Superior is the largest freshwater lake with 31,700 square miles of area. Lake Huron 23,000 approximately. Lake Michigan 22,404. Lake Erie is 9,910 square miles and Lake Ontario is the smallest with an area of 7,340 square miles. Now look at these lakes. Look at the pristine beauty of these lakes. I mean, no wonder people would like to settle here. And can you see in Lake Huron, this is also a part of the attraction that there are certain submerged boats. And these form a habitat for diverse species, of aquatic species. In fact, near all the lakes you can find that there is a great amount of flora and fauna, and which also attracts people to stay in these areas because of their natural beauty and clean environment. As you can see near Lake Michigan, a huge city has also grown up. And if you see near Lake Superior, can you see that parts of the lake have become frozen because of the extreme temperature? So in spite of the extreme temperature, people prefer to settle here because the lakes serve as popular recreation spots. People go boating here, they go fishing, and as I told you, they are channels for the transportation of goods as well. Next we come to Lake Onega. Lake Onega is the second largest lake in Europe. Now, Lake Baikal we had studied was a lake located in southeast Siberia. Now we come to Europe, and this Lake Onega is located in the European portion of Russia, and it is also one of the largest freshwater reservoirs of Europe. Then we come to a very beautiful lake known as Lake Titicaca. Now we are traveling from Europe to South America. It is located in the Andes Mountains. When we'll study South America, we'll see that this is one of the most beautiful lakes, and it is one of the highest lakes, navigable lakes, that is located in the world. So one of the highest lakes of the world is Lake Titicaca, and it is found in the area bordering the countries of Bolivia and Peru. Traveling to Africa, the largest lake of Africa is Lake Victoria, and this is from where the famous river Nile originates, flows northwards and meets the Mediterranean Sea. This lake lies in Tanzania and Uganda, and also shares its border with Kenya. The last most beautiful lake of our very own border of India in Odisha, we find the Lake Chilika. It is a saltwater lake. In fact, we can call it a lagoon because it has a small inlet into the Bay of Bengal. It's not completely surrounded by land. And the best part is that in winter it becomes a large ground for migratory bird, and it also houses, or it is also a habitat for a number of plants and animal species which are considered to be endangered. So apart from this, there's also another very interesting lake in Scotland. It is known as the Loch Ness. But what is that? Can you see a monster coming out of the lake? Well, folklore has it that the Loch Ness actually houses a monster. It is the home of a monster which is known as the Loch Ness Monster. So all the best to those of you who travel to Scotland. Do visit the Loch Ness and let us know whether you have seen even at least the tip of the tail of the Loch Ness Monster and how does it look. Now, this is something which I really want you to research on. This is one of the most famous landmarks of India. A beautiful, beautiful place located in the middle of a lake. And it's now a hotel. So can you identify what it is? I'm sure you can. And when you have been able to identify what it is, can you do a little bit of research and tell us where it is located? That is, the state where it is located, who built this structure, and when was it built? If you have been there, do share the experience in class. Thank you.